This week, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson publicly pushed back on the Pope, not just to talk about immigration policy, but to talk about theology. He argued that Scripture supports strong borders and state authority, and then relied heavily on Romans 13 to make his case. I want to be clear. Mike Johnson is the one invoking Scripture here. He's the one using the Bible to justify how power treats people. So I think it's worth slowing down and actually looking at what the text actually says and how it's meant to be read. Now, one of my favorite Bible verses is Romans 12:2. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That verse has always felt like a warning to me about power, about pressure, about how easily faith can be bent to whatever system we live under. Romans 13 comes right after that. You see, Paul wasn't writing a blank check to people in leadership or to empire to do whatever they wanted to do. He was writing letters to vulnerable communities, trying to help them survive under empire. And trust me, I have my own problems with Paul, but we need to note that he was talking to vastly different people. The people living in Corinth were not the same as the people living in Ephesus. The people in Ephesus were not the same as the people living in Rome. All of them had different dangers and different risks. Paul himself was a Roman citizen, and he understood the system, and he navigated it so carefully, and he appealed to it, and still he was imprisoned, he was prosecuted, and he was executed by the very state that now he's being quoted to defend. That doesn't make sense. And this matters. Paul's own death contradicts any reading of Romans 13 that treats state authority as morally reliable. He wasn't saying everything the empire did was right. He was simply saying, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you live carefully within a system that could absolutely crush you. That's why Romans 12 comes first. Transformation before obedience, renewal of mind before submission, discernment before authority. So when Scripture is used to reinforce power instead of question it, to shut down moral wrestling instead of invite it, that's not transformation. That's just conformity. An honest reading of Scripture asks, what can I learn from this? A dishonest one asks, how can I already use this to justify what I'm already wanting and doing? Paul wasn't sanctifying empire. He was warning people how dangerous it could be. And when people in power use the Bible to defend power, especially their own power, they're not following Paul. They're not following Jesus. They're doing exactly what Romans 12 warns against. Sources linked from multiple outlets are below so that you can read or watch Mike Johnson's comments directly.